All the terrible things, and like we came here for a better life and all that. So, in a way, I've been blessed not to see the worst of it.
Do your parents, do they look at like the little miniature commies here and they're like, you fucking idiots? Like, motherfucker, I would. I'd be like, man, you fucking morons. That's after leaving California, when I hear people with that stupid talk here, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
It's different, man. It's completely different. Like, I was just back in Mexico. I was just back in my hometown. And, I mean, like, just the way of living is completely different. Like, people aren't worried about, like, the long term. They're just, like, day to day. They just do whatever they're doing day to day, and they're happy.
Man, I got to give it to Mexicans, man. They're busting nuts in their girls, and that's important. Life is the most important thing, man. That's like hope. Like, cats just seem hopeful, man. Like, I go to the grocery store and stuff on Saturdays, and sometimes I go to the Mexican one. It's always a gang of kids and the family. Like, that's what it's all about, bro. That's what it's all about.
Both my parents have like 7 brothers and sisters.
Catholic shit. See, and the white people just gave up. They all got dogs and shit, and they got dogs and opinions, man. I'm telling you, stupid.
I got no brothers or sisters, so I'm.
Well, that's because you see that commie shit.
And I got a dog.
Yeah,
so like,
he's got a couple. He's got like 3 dogs.
I got one dog, my own dog, and then 2 of my parents. So when they leave, I gotta take care of them all.
I don't think dogs last that long unless you was planning on some shit.
No. 12 years, man. 12.
That's it.
Yeah, 12 years.
You got kids?
I got 2 kids. I got a 2-year-old, 3-year-old.
Hell yeah, man. So, see, he's doing it right, man. I'm telling you, man.
I know. Look, I want a kid, but you know,
it's hard to find a lady, man.
See, there you go. That's
what do you look for in a lady?
Everything. I don't know. That's a tough question.
That's a problem. You can't look for everything.
Maybe that's why you.
That's why you fucking.
That's my problem. Yeah.
You can't. Hey, look, and take this from me. I listen to rap music. Not a good idea for the way you should behave. Cause I was just out there fucking everything. You know what I mean? Like, I was knocking it down. I was running out of shit to do. And I imagine chicks just fucking boomerang pussy at you, fucking winning smile and shit. You gotta be selective.
Yeah, I mean it's true. It's true.
You seem like you're picky though, so that's good.
I am pretty picky, but it's hard to trust these days, man. You know?
It's hard to trust?
Yeah.
You know what I did with this last girl? I said, this was my prenup. If we have a kid and you try to break us up, I'll fucking murder you.
I bet that worked.
Well, we never had a kid.
I wonder why.
Well, my choice. I was like, look, I don't want to be a killer, and I see this not working. So, like,
it makes sense. There you go. I think you made the right choice.
Thank you. Well, they don't give men here in America a lot of fucking options. This is the only one that you got.
Yeah.
Like, it ends with terror. But because, let's be real, man. Chicks ain't loyal, man.
I couldn't agree more.
I know. So that's like you're saying you're lonely, and I'm like, this is our answer: is threaten death, because you're afraid of it's hard for you to trust a chick. Well, if they got to worry about you killing them. You know what I mean?
That would change.
And you Eastern Bloc, because they're like,
they automatically know.
Yeah, show them that one. What was the movie? Taken? Show them Taken. Be like, this is what.
Damn
this,
right, that's him.
Yeah, this is my people. We take motherfuckers, man. I'll take your liver. I'll take that bitch.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad idea. I should put that on my Tinder profile.
You should get off of fucking Tinder, first and foremost. Have you been on the Tinder in Detroit? Fat, like my shit was I had 57 elephants in a row. I'm like, come on, man. Bunch of single fat moms.
I can't say shit because I've met my wife on Tinder, to be fair. So.
See, that's a good Tinder story.
But how old are you? How old are you?
31. I was like 26 when.
See, I was 40. If you're on Tinder in your 40s, first off, kill yourself. Like myself, it's a sad state. But
hey, you gotta.
They fall off a mountain.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, it is tough, man.
I'm 34, about to be 34.
No shit.
It's tough.
So what, man? You said you feel like chicks just try to use you for your good looks and money?
I don't know about that. I'm just saying it's tough. It's tough.
She might need a stepdad soon. This one.
You'd be surprised at the amount of not surprised, but like he is picky. He's picky because he's got
I can tell you probably like look at yourself when you fuck. You probably like in the mirror like, yeah, I'm killing this shit. I'm killing this shit, smiling and stuff. You seem like that type of No, look, I think feminism has just ruined women, man. Like you don't have to. They'll ban you for what I'm going to say. Like I just think that feminism has ruined women. Like they're out of their fucking mind. They think they're way more. It's like that. Know your worth. Well, they're like not worth as much as they think they are.
The whole culture thing, like it's just I don't know. For me, I think it's gone sideways quite a bit now. Like
you got an American girl or a Mexican girl?
American. But like you can't like.
Oh, you know they're fucked up, man.
Yeah. Well, listen.
You'll be straight.
Hey,
yeah.
You think Mexican girls are crazy?
No, who the fuck you telling, man?
I'll tell you that right now,
bruh. This one right here, man. Yo, you know that she like low key threatens me like once an episode. Just like if she feels threatened, she'll be like, she feels threatened. She'll be like, I'll kill it, motherfucker. Like damn.
Yeah, she'll keep you on check, man.
Damn, VZ, like I'm not even trying to threaten you. Trust me, I'm from an area with Mexican chicks, and it was just like, bruh. They'll stab your car, man.
It's intense, man.
That's a car stabbing group of ladies.
Yeah, they don't mess around.
No. I asked him to hook me up, and he's like,
I don't want to put him through that. No,
that means you ain't got that dog in you, bro. Like I don't know what that. He's low key saying you don't got that dog in you.
I know. I took it personally, so.
This is how crazy. One of my first girlfriends. I'm a hippie kid. She thought I was a bitch, Mexican girl. She thought I was a bitch because I didn't beat her. She was expecting knuckles. She thought I was on some bitch shit. Like, yo, motherfucker, like, you ain't even, like, I said that to you and you ain't even smack me. I was like, yeah, like,
that's crazy.
Yeah, bro. She was a gangbanger and what have you. So.
Yeah, she's seen some shit.
Oh, bro, like, generations. Like, I was not ready. I was like, man, I don't want to have to beat you up. I don't know if I could have.
No, I think you would have gotten your ass kicked, I think, probably.
Or stabbed at night.
Yeah,
there's been a night stabbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there it is. So you got an American girl. You're single. You still got some time. I think you should lower your standards.
I mean, listen, if I could, and I've told them this before, if I could, I would have a baby and just be a single dad, take care of the baby, live my life.
Bro, you like a lesbian. This guy's like a fucking lesbian, man.
Listen, do you know? Like, that's what, all I want is, well, not.
You want some families, right?
Yeah, family is cool, obviously, if you find that person. Yeah. But if you have a kid or two and then you just take care of them, I would love it. Like,
I think that's great. I think that's nice, but like, I think it's just as irresponsible. I think it's irresponsible for ladies to have the fucking like have a stranger come in them, or they pay for the strangers come. Sperm bank, it's that shit.
Yeah.
It's weird, man, because then it's like I haven't seen like every woman I know that's gotten a surrogate are fucking crazy, man.
Damn.
Like nobody
I don't
wants
know
to
anybody that's done a surrogate, so maybe I'm not asking.
Well,
I need to start asking.
You got to go to New York and meet some of those fucking wacky Manhattan broads.
Maybe that's the move.
Nah, bro, you don't want this shit, man. It's gonna it's already chicks with like surrogates. They're gonna have codependent, probably 90% chance they're gonna turn it into a gay son type child. From loving them too much. You know what I mean? Codependent ass shit.
This guy.
I'm serious, man. Hey, look, man. They got rid of me, so everything I say they don't agree with.
No, it's all good, man.
Yeah, everything they say.
I think this is the crazy thing is like now people want to get like canceled for their opinions. I think that's bullshit. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have different opinions. I think. This whole like culture of like, oh, you gotta get canceled, you can't say that shit. I think, especially the good thing about like this is like you're an independent platform. You can say whatever the fuck you want.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that's the good thing is like, at the end of the day, who's gonna cancel you? Nobody, because they can't.
Nah, I mean, yeah, it's like it's really interesting too. I think what I've been noticing is the phone has allowed people to create their own world. Yeah. So. In a way, they're the gods of their own world. They decide what they watch, with who they don't watch, what opinion is told to them. So when someone from outside like reminds them that they're not the little gods that they think they are, they become greatly upset. Mm-hmm. And if no one's pushing up against your ideas, they become fragile because you don't know how to debate your ideas, and that's what's happening. You got a lot of people that have fucking weird ideas, and someone pokes a hole in them. It's just like. Off with his head. Get rid of this motherfucker, man.
Yeah, for sure. And I think, like, that's the problem, is that nowadays you get to the point where a lot of people don't even want debate because they're scared of debate.
Bro, yeah.
So it's like, it's okay to debate. Like, we can sit here and we can have completely different opinions.
Yeah.
But if I just shut you out completely, like, we're not getting anywhere, are we?
No, man.
You know what I mean? So I think that's the problem nowadays, is that because of the social media and all that, like.
Let me ask you this, Javi. So there's meritocracy in soccer, but do you? I imagine you guys got to run up against politics too, huh?
Yeah, there's politics everywhere.
Yeah.
That's actually probably the main reason why we started this team that we're doing now, is like, so we both played professionally. We both were part of a lot of organizations with like a lot of experience, a lot of like businessmen at the top. And I think we just got to a point where we're like, there's just so much bullshit and politics and like people lying to your face that like we want to start something that's our own, that first of all, we don't have to ask for permission to do anything.
Right.
But second, we can look somebody straight in the face and be like, this is where you're at. This is what we're doing. And we can cut out all the bullshit. Like, we're not businessmen by any means, but we decided to like take on a venture that was.
Tell me more about this. Tell me more about this, because I don't know anything. I never do.
We started this soccer team called Liquid Football.
Okay.
And so basically we started, it's like an amateur team that we just play in the summer. We have a lot of guys who are either like on their way to trying to make it pro, and a lot of guys who like play professionally who just are no longer playing professionally. So it's a pretty good level, grown men and everything.
So would it be like AAA ball or something like that?
Yeah, it would be something similar to that.
Okay. Yeah, just to get an idea.
So we've had a couple guys like from DCFC who were like academy players, for example, who like got some minutes in with us and stuff. But one of the things that we wanted to make sure that we did was like full transparency about everything, like where we spend the money, how we spend the money, like what the staff members are able to do, what their opinions, like everything is super open. So we give all that information to all the staff members, all the players, and everything.
So this is basically a reaction. This is kind of a reaction almost to what was going on in soccer. Can you explain? Like, you gotta give me a bit of leeway, because soccer's the popularity is relatively new compared to the other sports here, and we don't like even the way the shit goes, like. A team can go up and down in the rankings and go into different leagues. Yeah. That's like a brand new concept to us Americans. So what's some of the backbiting shit that you would see? Like, I don't even understand.
So like, here's the big one. And this is just a kind of a problem across soccer, right? It's like, for example, in basketball, if you're a good basketball player, you play, what do you play? You play high school and stuff, right? Yeah. You go to any high school, you play basketball. Yeah. It's not expensive or anything like that. All the top schools are recruiting you. You go get recruited, and then you go get drafted. Mm-hmm. Here, you have to pay thousands and thousands of dollars in soccer to just be part of a club when you're young. So you pay all this money that a lot of people can't afford. Like, think about all the people in like Southwest Detroit, like Hamtramck. Like, these people can't afford this, so they can't join any of these clubs that get seen and then eventually get drafted into the university and stuff. So a lot of players fall by the cracks because there's a huge problem at the foundation, which is like charging way too much money just to be involved in a good soccer team.
That's crazy.
Whereas you don't see that in like football and basketball and baseball, because it's not that expensive. Like,
but shouldn't soccer be? Soccer is like really kind of cheap, right? Thinking
cheap to like, they're like equipment wise and stuff. Yeah, you don't need much. You need a soccer ball and some boots, and that's it. That's all you need, right? But there's just like, that's a big problem. The other big problem is like, this is what they do in Europe that they don't do here, which is a huge one, is that like, so imagine if in the NBA, the three bottom teams at the end of the year get pushed down to like a second division, to the G League, for example, right? Or is it the D League now? What is it? What is it now?
I don't watch that fucking shit, man. All right.
So like, there's like people are gonna be pissed if they're at the bottom at the end of the year, because they're spending all this money and then they're going to just get dropped. But at the same time, the other side of that coin is the people on the second division, for example, the top three teams then go into the NBA at the end of the year.
That creates hunger.
That creates hunger, exactly.
I like that.
We don't have that in the United States. So like, you could be shit, and at the end of the year, you're still going to be in the league the next year.
But you and in the end of the day, when you're in last place, NBA or NFL, wherever, you get the first draft pick. For the most part. So
losing is rewarded here.
Yeah, exactly.
Being I feel like somewhere along the line, America just started. This has been brought to you by my gang, the Seven Fellas, and Luxury Loud. Tropical cherry. Hey Fred, you want some of these drugs? Yeah. Fred, I just blew him. Fred, come on back, Fred. Where's Freddie going?
He got shy.
Fred, come back here. Don't be bashful. Call me like some hippy dippy fella, but if you give energy to a thing, you get more of that thing. So it's like if we keep chucking money at fucking crackheads and keep giving draft picks to losers, it just kind of it creates like loser bitch ass shit. Don't you see that
Like
sometimes?
I don't get it. Like people are excited. People are excited about getting the first draft pick, which I understand that part. But then you're basically hoping that your team loses.
Yes.
For a year straight.
Like that doesn't make any sense.
That's crazy.
I know. It's like I think it really corrupts our souls at a deep, deep level because it's like once you start, and because it's kind of a handout, right? It's like, here, man, you're a fucking loser, so here, take this fucking shit, bitch. You know, and now suddenly you see these grown ass men taking handouts, man. That's kind of weird, man. Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't like it either. That's one of the big problems in the United States, I think. Yeah. The problem is that there's just like soccer, for example, is not the most popular sport. It's probably like 6th or 7th down the list if you look at all the top sports in the United States. It's growing, but it's not the top sport. So there's not that much money being invested into soccer. And until there's more money from fans, from supporters,
right,
you're still going to have all these problems.
I think you're going to have the problems regardless because look at the NBA. These motherfuckers, like, these cats from Europe, white boys from Europe, are coming over embodying everybody because they got more hunger, bro. They're more disciplined. They got more hunger, and they're fucking eating everybody's lunch out here, man. Mm-hmm. That was like 30, 40 years ago. If you'd have said, hey, this will be a bunch of white boys going to come over here and fucking clown all of you cats, you never would have believed that.
No, but they're catching up.
They passed them, bro.
That's the thing. Like back in the day, NBA, like obviously they're like the dream team at the Olympics or whatever. Like they were always miles ahead.
Right.
But I mean, if you're not paying attention and you got all these other countries who are like, and they're catching up.
But that goes back to the point we were speaking on is now that's when all of now we're fucking 10 toes deep in the fucking celebrating for the losses, and now we counting our minutes and like. Yep. Dream Team didn't play like no bitches, you know. Even like here in Detroit, like Isaiah Thomas and them, man, they was angry. Like they didn't come together and make a little team. Like there was still some dog in them.
Yeah,
we ain't got that no more here in the States, man. We slowly depleted it.
Yeah.
Well, like the Pistons, in the past 5 years maybe they've won max of like 15 games out of like 81. That's crazy.
It's embarrassing.
That's crazy. It's
embarrassing. Yeah. Y'all must think we're a bunch of fucking bitches, man. Y'all must be like, man, we gonna fucking take their everything, man. Do Americans just look open? Do we just look like a fruit just ready to be picked? Be honest. No one else is listening. No one's listening. Cause that's how I feel. I'm like, man, we must look like some cupcakes. Man.
I just think it's like the mentality nowadays, like the whole participation trophy thing is like bullshit. Like that whole thing, and people will say like our kids have changed. I think that's bullshit. I think the parents have changed. To be honest, I think the parents have stopped asking as much of the kids as they used to.
Yeah, man.
And that's like kids don't know shit about anything.
Yes.
You know, they'll do whatever the parents are telling them to do. And when the parents are the ones saying that everyone needs a participation trophy and like we should reward people for losing games so that they can get the #1 draft pick, of course the rest of the world is going to catch up.
Yeah, man. And it's like the people that do real good. I was like always trying to get their dad to love them and shit. You know what I mean? Like, they just want my dad to love me and be proud of me, and then he never is. But that motherfucker like invented the light bulb or something crazy like that. Nowadays, it's crazy. Yeah, nowadays, I think everyone's too comfortable. I think America itself is just I was on the airplane. Not one person looked like they wanted to be on the airplane. You know, they all look like they just are. It's all comfort first, man. And I don't know if that's good for us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Do you like hit your kids then? Do you come here, you little?
No, I spank my kids definitely. I spank the older one. The older one's finally at that age where like he knows what the fuck he's doing. Like he knows when he pushed his brother down the stairs yesterday. And I had to like spank him. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You know what I mean? So like, but it's crazy nowadays. You get in trouble for that shit too, right?
Bro, yeah, it's like you can put a child in some panties, but you can't spank his ass. Like, go fucking figure. Like, that's some fucking weirdo shit. But hey, this is where we live now. It's like wackadoo world. I swear to you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's go. I was thinking about the comfort thing. I think being do you think that's spreading to like the Eastern Bloc? Do you think it's spreading to Mexico? Do you think like these American ideals are spreading across the world where it's just like it's all about how good you feel instead of like honor or
What do you think, Georgie?
I think it's I don't know if it's just like America, but I feel like the whole world is kind of getting to that point. Certain parts, obviously, in different countries are more like they're still grinding, they're still doing like the regular thing. The older generation, obviously, us growing up now, our generation is like a little bit different, just because, like you said, the phone, the social media, the world that we live in is just completely different too.
yeah,
Like my grandparents, for the first time they came here, my parents brought them over when I was for my prom in high school, so like a long time ago. But they were here for 2 weeks and they're like, we want to leave. Like this is not for us. Like, just because.
What did they see that made them want to retreat?
It's just different. Like they're used to waking up, taking care of the animals, doing like their regular stuff at the house, or like because they're older, right? So they don't live in the cities. They live like far away in the villages and stuff like that, where it's more nature.
Right.
You can walk through everything, and it's a different world. So when they came here, they're like, we just stay in the house unless somebody drives us 2-3 miles down, which is like weird, and it's like they just didn't enjoy the life. So they came once and never came back. They're like, we don't want to come back.
They say it's like, I think they say we're best at like a couple hundred people, like our front lobe or whatever. Fuck, like once you get over a couple hundred people, everybody becomes an abstract. So like these giant metropolises that we live in, it's kind of unnatural. So it's funny, like your grandparents being when they were born and all that. Like they're doing what's normal, you know what I mean? Yeah. They're normal and we're fucking wackadoos. Yeah. Like, so it's. And sometimes you don't realize that.
But it's crazy because, like, we were talking about when he went to Mexico, we had this conversation. Like, if I went to Bulgaria and lived where my grandparents live, I would be like, I'll be fine for the first week or two. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, I'm seeing new things. But then after a while, I'm like, wait, this is so different, like, compared to my usual life. Like, I'm driving every day. Like, I'm going different places. I'm seeing my friends there, or through the phone, whatever. So it's, like, completely different lives of, like, one side of that generation is just, like, in their own world, and then we have our own world, and it's kind of like I feel like you're just like going.
What would you prefer?
What would I prefer?
Yeah,
it's tough because like right now living like
just being a single mom, I guess, huh?
like look, if I was born in Bulgaria, like since I was born in Bulgaria, and if I lived there until I was like maybe 20,
right,
I would probably enjoy, like I would have seen a lot more of that life, and when I first came here, I would have been completely different to everything.
Right.
But now that I grew up here pretty much and I was brought up here, my whole life is different. So like me going back to Bulgaria will be like if I was with my grandparents, like in a village, for example, it would be so different for me to like, I'm sure I can get accustomed to it,
right,
but it'll take a long time. And it's the same for them. Like if they came here and they were forced to stay but they're just more content. Like they're just happy with like what they're doing, their regular life, and that's fine. And I feel like
I think you need to have some kids or some shit like that, or else you just be bored. Like I'm dead ass. Yeah. Like man, being alone on a farm.
Yeah,
you might end up blowing your fucking head off. But if you got some kids running around,
they take care of all the animals.
It's just crazy because it's like you get growing up here, and I grew up here as well. But like you get used to the luxuries that you have here. Like for example, if I want some McDonald's, I can go down the street and get some McDonald's.
Truly,
I'll go back to my hometown. The closest McDonald's like a 45-minute drive.
Yeah, man.
But at the same time, like if I want to go to like the grocery store or like the market or somebody who like everybody in town does everything that you need. Somebody works as a welder.
Right.
Somebody works as like a plumber. And so like you just walk down the block and you can go find all these people. You can go talk to them and stuff like that.
That's amazing.
But so like the difference I think is like there's no rat race over there. You know what I mean? Everybody's like content living their daily lives and they're happy. And it's, like you said, if you have family there, like all my uncles and cousins live within the same block.
That sounds pretty fun, man.
So it's fun.
Yeah. But
like if you grow up here and you get used to like the like for example, when we go play soccer, we can go find a really nice turf field anywhere.
Right.
Where over there it's all dirt fields. Right? Like you get used to these kinds of things growing up where if you go back over there, you're like, shit, I don't want to be playing in a dirt field.
Yeah.
Right? But
it's all a trade off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's funny too that they had a study a while back. It's like it's all of our luxuries actually make us miserable. because the more, all right, the analogy they give is, all right, man, you need your lawn, the grass is fucking overgrown, you go mow the lawn, you work at doing it, and then at the end you get to see a result. Think about it. We don't even have to get up to change a channel anymore. We don't have to get up to do shit anymore. We don't, even if I want to see somebody, I can just text them immediately and maybe they'll come, and maybe everything we do has become so easy that it's robbed us the ability to build our self-esteem.
Yeah.
And you get used to it. So once you get used to it, it's very hard to get away from that.
Yes.
So like imagine taking your phone away, taking the TV away, taking your car away, and you go live in a completely different country in the village. And you're like, it's a shock. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's completely different, and it's the same for other people coming here. Like,
but that's the thing. That's a scary thing about the human is we can get used to anything, man. Like you saw with the COVID shit, they made us sit the fuck down for fucking years, and we complied and complied and complied with no end in sight, and we got used to it. Like we're adaptable, man.
Yeah.
I think we could put a motherfucker in a kennel. You know what I mean? Like after seeing what we all did, I was like, shh. It really fucking freaked me out, man. I was like, oh, this is crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, this guy knows because we're good friends. So I was like texting him when I was just at home doing nothing, and I was like, dude, I can't. I'm like in solitary confinement. Like I gotta fucking do something. I gotta figure out something to do because I'm like, and that was after like 5 days of the lockdown or whatever.
Yeah, right.
Like, can you imagine months and months of people doing this? Like this is crazy.
And then we did too.
We did.
What'd you end up doing? Did you guys take up any? This one over here started a business and shit. What did you guys do?
I had kids.
That's good, right?
I had kids, man.
Fuck yeah, man. I'm telling you, man. I said she's has a child. I was like, golly, man, you make me want to go busting a chick, man. There's something about a glow about making a baby, right?
Yeah. Crazy.
Right
You got to get you a surrogate. We got to get him a surrogate.
that's the moral of the whole podcast. Get me a surrogate. I like it.
Look, man, it's there. I was listening to some dude across the board. Like we're gonna have like a crazy fucking population decline. That's our mate. Like this global warming shit, bullshit. Population decline. That's knocking at the door because everybody's giving up. Everybody is trading things for babies. Everybody's trading a thing for a relationship.
Yeah.
How many people say, "Oh, I want to have kids, but I just can't afford it."
Yeah. Honestly, that's crazy because that's a decision. That's
Right.
that's something that you think about before you have kids.
Yeah.
Like you're like, shit, I don't know if we can afford it. Can we have a kid or not? Like
Guess
back
what?
then, people just fucking
You
started popping them out, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like they're basically saying, man, I really like my internet. Like I really like cable.
Yeah.
Like I want to have a kid, but shit, man, my Xbox games. Like, yo, dog, that's fucking lunatic stuff, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I want to. And all these cats, they be going on vacations all the. It's the most broke vacation going ass motherfuckers I've ever met in my entire life. Like, you better be having some kids. That's all I'm saying.
He's trying.
Every fucking person I talk to,
we'll
I
get
tell
him
them to
there.
have kids.
We'll get him there.
Well, it's going to get to the point where we're just going to have to, it'll just be a whole compilation of me yelling at men telling them to have kids. It's only because I just regret all of the bad decisions I made. And I just see cats like that don't understand, like time is fleeting, dog. Time is fleeting. And sometimes for me, I didn't even, I didn't even know what to look for in a lady, and there was plenty of good ones that I just chucked aside. Not good enough, not good enough, not good enough. And I look back now like,
Yeah.
they looking like 20s right now, not 10s. They looking like a billions compared to the fucking pickings I got right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It gets. Here's the good thing for you, fellas. We just keep chicks like money, so we just keep going. We keep doing good.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's hard on them dating apps because they kind of they phase you out.
You just blend in at some point, huh?
Yeah, there's no 20-year-old girl that's like, you know what, I want a 46-year-old balding guy with a lake house. You know, they don't say that. Even though I'll probably beat the brakes off of them. You know.
So get off Tinder. I got it.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Let me see what the girls look like on Tinder. Let me see your phone. Let's see. I want to see what the chicks look like. We won't show them.
Let's see.
Man, you're probably, and see, the thing is he probably, for every girl that you fuck and don't settle down with, you break their brain because they're like, I can get a guy like this. It's like, no, you can't get a guy like him. He'll put his dick in you.
Or you can't. Oh.
She bad? All right.
Yeah. I mean, you can swipe for me. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I'll just swipe yes on all of them and say, oh, my friend had him.
Yeah.
Rachel's looking good, except for she puts an A-E-L. I don't trust no Rachel that spells her name with A-E-L.
So that's the red flag.
Haley, she's popping her ass out. Didn't make the bed. Like, she's like, yo, this one,
I
just,
like
look at this
details.
dirt bitch, man. Like, she's like, all I got to do is poke my ass out and block my
Like
face.
all the laundry's still in the basket.
She looks like a prostitute. All right. Jenna is 41 if she's a day. All right, man.
He does like the older ones, though.
What?
I'll say that. He likes
Man,
the
you a
older
weirdo, dog. You just like, you a weirdo, man. What's wrong with you, man? Just like
ones.
old
So, you know what's
broads.
crazy is that the one thing that attracts all the women to him.
What's that?
The hair. They fucking love the hair. The fact that his hair.
Put it down.
The fact that his hair.
Oh, my.
Honestly,
Trust me, you don't want to see it down.
She ain't say shit
I think
all day.
he takes
Put it
better-
down.
he takes better care of his hair than most women take care of their hair.
No, that's
They
the
love that.
Well, first
They
of all,
love that.
I really don't.
Go on, I'm listening.
All I do is I take a shower like a normal person. There's
Yeah.
no product. Like there's no secret to it. I just put it up. Like I don't take care of it. And that's what pisses
Bruh,
people
how long
off.
is your hair?
It's like right here.
Do you like this?
I hate it. I hate it when it's down. I hate it
Yeah.
when it's down.
I'm trying, man, but like it's kind of weird for me to be like, it feels gay.
It's
You know what I
crazy.
mean?
We have
She wants it, but
Well-
I'm not gonna do it.
Well, guess what? Do you know
Tell
when I grew this hair? COVID. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna be locked up for about a year, so might as well grow my hair out.
Look at this. I lost my hair from that shit, bro. I lost my fucking hair. I'm putting oils and essential oils on my fucking head to get it to grow back. Ain't that a bitch? Like, look at that. COVID was like it's COVID. I think COVID was good for all of us, man. Real talk. It was kind of a reset to remind people, like, hey, man. First off, you're not as free as you think you are. We was all living in a fucking lie, and you need to get your shit right. So that's what I think.
You know what's crazy too is I didn't get sick for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
didn't go out. I didn't even think about that, but I realized that like at the end of COVID, I was like, shit, I haven't been sick in like 2 years.
Yeah,
it's
and
crazy.
then everybody got real sick because it wasn't like we turned bitch. We went the most unnatural.
Well, we still played. Right?
Good on you.
We still played.
Yeah,
through,
we played through COVID too.
through
It was
COVID.
the
So
weirdest. It was the weirdest fucking thing. Like when we first got back, they were like, you can't pass soccer balls to each other.
What?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
those
man.
were the restrictions of like us getting back. Cause like everybody has their own soccer ball. Nobody touches each other. Everybody goes. I was like,
How y'all supposed to play soccer if
Yeah.
no one touches
Isn't that
each
crazy?
other?
So we had like individual training sessions.
We had, like, yeah.
We all had like 10 yards of space.
What did the
around.
games go like during COVID?
Well,
Weird. It's just like no fans. So like that's a weird thing. Like just the game is like super quiet, no fans. You're playing in a stadium, and it's like just all you're hearing is like the guys yelling at each other and shit. But there's like just feels like you're out there like in a training
Have you
session.
been to a game? A Detroit City game?
DCFC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know how the fans are like.
Yeah, they're fucking annoying.
It's crazy. Isn't
Bunch
it?
of fucking theater
crazy.
kids. They don't even watch the goddamn game. At first, I was like, this is amazing. I love this. And then by the fourth game, I'm like, they're not even watching. Shut
They're
the fuck
literally-
up.
They're just singing the whole time.
I find them to be fucking like.
That's how they are across all of Europe.
Are you serious?
All of Europe.
They don't
is
watch
like
the
that.
games?
Not that they don't watch the games, but they have like dedicated supporter sections
Yeah.
that are literally just in charge of like chants, singing, drums, flares, like.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they should watch the game more because they don't know what the fuck is going on. Or like somebody will go like bullshit, and they'll be like, no, we singing this song instead.
Yeah.
It's like what? Like yo, man,
Yeah,
you're supposed to.
You score, you don't score, you get scored on. They're still singing. They're like.
But I think they should go with like sometimes like if it threw me as the fan off is like we're yelling bullshit and you want to sing a fucking jingle right now, man. Get on line
That's
with
why
us.
there's like a support. That's why they're like off on one side of the stadium. They're not like it's not like just random people throughout the
You know
stadium.
what?
It's like dedicated section and then
I
everybody else.
To be real, it's like one of those things was like they made me go to another game, but they also made me stay away from a lot of games. Like
Yeah,
I think having to hear a shrill voice, I want to stab. Now you, as a lesbian, you don't mind a shrill voice. That's probably really gets you going. Like, hey, man, I got this.
That's what you gotta sit on the other side.
Yeah, with all the old people.
Yeah,
I'll be on. I guess.
Those are
Let me show my hairline and be like, hey, I'm old. Yeah.
The family side. It's actually like a lot of good people on that side.
I like them both.
Yeah.
Well, who's all in this new league? How many teams?
There's 3 different conferences. Each conference has like 12 teams.
Oh, that's a lot of different comp, man. That's awesome. Where can people watch it?
Well, our home games are. I mean,
where you guys play at?
Like Gabriel Richard in Riverview.
Where's Riverview?
It's like it's like by Taylor. It's like downriver. It's like
Taylor, Tucky, man. That's awesome. You're bringing
20 minutes away. Maybe.
You're bringing. Do a lot of the people from downriver come to see y'all?
Yeah, we're only in our 2nd year, so we're like trying to build a little bit of the fan base and stuff like that.
I mean,
we get some good support.
That's cool, bro.
So
man, downriver's a whole nother world. That was where downriver is interesting for people that don't know. It's like a lot of people from down in Kentucky. They brought them up to work in the plants over there. So
we didn't know that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so Detroit's really got an interesting. It's just an interesting. You tell me a city, I'll tell you the nationality. You know what I mean? Like, go ahead, tell me one.
Chicago.
I mean in Michigan, man, like in Detroit area.
You're talking about all over the fucking place.
You're gonna get Irish, you're gonna get Polish, like
Detroit?
all of the different cities throughout. Like it's just
like Hamtramck.
Oh, that's gonna be Ukrainian and Yemeni and Polak.
Yep.
The Yemeni are taking over. It looks like fucking unlocked video game players with these chicks walking down the street. I'm telling you, man. Ladies, the ladies talk all this shit about us being like, yo, bro, they got these chicks in garbage bags, son. They're like, get in a bag and go walk down the street.
Cultures, man, is so like that's one thing I like about Detroit is that there's so many different fucking cultures around here. That like you go to Southwest Detroit, it's like all the Mexicans are there.
Truly.
You go to Hamtramck and like we know a lot of people in Hamtramck a lot. We got a lot of friends who are Yemeni. We have like. I mean, it's just crazy. There's so many, and that's I lived in North Carolina.
Bong.
I lived in Iowa and I lived in Illinois, all within like a 6-year period. And my favorite place was Detroit.
Same. And I'm gonna tell you, and we're going back even to like you're saying Southwest. Even there, the Mexicans look like wetter Mexicans compared to other Mexicans. So it's like it's its own deal.
It's like, I mean, that's why they call it Mexican town. It's literally like if you go, there's some streets that literally look like Mexico. Yeah.
It's real neat. It's a real neat city.
Yeah.
And then you go where I'm from, it's like rednecks and black people with a smattering of Chicanos.
Where are you at?
I'm from Pontiac.
Okay.
So it was like all up through there. And then I bounce all around Auburn Hills, Rochester.
Yeah, okay.
Now I'm in the extra white. It's white as fuck. WAF, as I like to say. Clarkston. Money.
Yeah, we have a friend in Clarkston. So
it's neat. Yeah. I like it. I go hop in the water and the fish swim around me. Except for I'll invite you guys out. It's been a pleasure, gentlemen. Where can people follow all your? We'll put all the info right.
Yeah.
Bing, bing, bong, bing. It'll be flashing.
We're all over it, like Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. It's all The Liquid Football is like the official hashtag or the @ So The Liquid Football. But I mean, if you just Google Liquid Football, you'll be able to find us right away.
I love that you guys are taking control of your own shit, man. I just do. It's like, I mean, we can complain about our bosses all we want, or we can be our own boss.
Damn right. Yeah.
And back in the day, that was like an insult. Like they're like, motherfucker, you work for somebody. Like that was an insult 200 years ago. Like, can you imagine that shit?
Yeah, that's crazy. No, that's a good thing. And the one thing we found is like, we have so much support just from friends and stuff, and that's why like I want to give a shout out to Marco from Luxury Loud because he was like literally when we told him about the project, he was literally like, I'm in, count me in. And so like we've been able to do this together, and
that's awesome.
Fucking sick. So,
that's awesome. Let me ask you something. Do you guys got like a name? Are you at like, what do you know how like DCFC just that's it? Like, people don't understand that with because it's like the Detroit Pistons,
right?
It's but football clubs are like their own deal. It's like that's what it is. So what's the name? We
don't have a name, but what we do have, which is like kind of what we're all about. It's like our hashtag that we use is player built. So like we were built by the players for the players. So like that's what we're all about. Is like taking care of our people who are at the field and staff and all that. So
hell yeah. Well, I wish you all the best. I hope you find a nice lady.
We'll keep you updated.
That's not
Let you know.
Don't let her cut your hair, man. Samson got all his strength from that shit, man. You think?
Good man.
Yeah. All right, let's go.